Hey guys, one of the things that I want to start doing is kind of like showcasing the Pokemon that I have started to make. So I would like to show you my finished Staryu. I actually added a gem from the last time that you guys saw it, which I think looks a little bit more crisp personally. I kind of like how the gem looks. Honestly, this probably might be my most successful Pokemon yet. I wish that my little guy, let me show you. This is my Magnemite. But unfortunately, he's like not as smooth as Staryu. That kind of makes me sad. And then, of course, somebody pointed it out, which made me even more sad. Honestly, one thing I want to say to people is like, you never know what people are going to go through. Like, just ask if somebody wants advice. Like, there's nothing wrong with giving people advice. I try to be the biggest help that I can be as well. But like somebody was like, oh, like, you know what I would have done if I was to do that? Like I would have done it like this and it would have been completely smooth. And like I barely wanted to continue this because he wasn't smooth. Like this was perfection. I didn't even know how I did that. Like honestly, the foam is like, what was it? Was it the green, or some were green and some was like the white foam? I find the white foam that you get from like Michael's, it's a little bit harder to stick things to. And this had so many different intricate like shapes. So I ended up having to use a lot of sticks. I will definitely show how I actually like made him completely in another video, but like this is like a lot of sticks and just like random parts and shapes to kind of give this magnet look, as opposed to this, which was just like the cone foam. So, and even this had a little bit trouble trying to stick the paper mache to it. What I should have done for this guy is I should have simply hot glued the paper mache so that it still had like a smooth finish to it. But I personally like making my things out of paper mache. I don't have any like feelings towards people who make 3D prints. Like I wish I could do 3D printing. I am poor. Um, 3D printing is expensive. I definitely have a few things that I'll get off of Etsy or from other people, but I do not have a 3D printer, and I would never be able to afford the stuff that comes with it. But I can afford slightly foam. Foam is kind of expensive when I realize like how much foam this takes. Like this little foam guy, I swear it was like $15 for this. And then like just for the flat pieces that I had for this part, I believe that was another $15. So like again, like that's a lot cheaper than 3D like stuff. So like I do enjoy, and this was the first time I actually tried to hot glue sand. So like if you can see, like it's kind of really smooth, which is so strange that like this part came so smooth and perfect, but this part that needed to be like it just didn't. But hey, like, but it's just like my feelings were hurt. Like I almost didn't want to finish and make this video because yes, like if I was to do Magneton like or any like the other one, like I'm going to definitely try to make it smoother, but like you kind of like made my insecurity like, and again, my insecurities are my problem. But you know, you never know what someone's going through. Like you never know if somebody's not having, and then all of a sudden something like an insecure, you strike upon it because you're like, oh well, you know, if you made it a little bit smoother, like I only do it with like earth things. Like I actually really enjoy making paper mache, specifically the old school way with flour and like newspaper. I have this one was actually made with I cannot remember the name right now. Um, I'll remember it. But this was made with like the specific glue that's like I will figure it out when I get home. And then I will just save it there. But Mod Podge. This is made with Mod Podge. So that's why it's kind of so smooth and perfect. But luckily the Mod Podge was sticking to the foam pieces. For this one, whatever foam is different or whatever, that was just not happening here and it just was not sticking. So I ended up having to use the flour mixture, which is why it doesn't look as crisp and, like these could literally be switched and it would be perfect. But it's fine because this isn't going to be the first or last time that I make Magnemite. So yeah, but I just wanted to say that for people, like, because that kind of sucked. It kind of sucked to hear when I was kind of excited to show everybody this my new Pokemon, and the first thing is literally what I convinced myself didn't matter. Because at the end of the day, like when I post my pictures like this, people really won't be able to see, you know. But of course, when I do my videos or anything like up close or like pictures just of the Mon, you can see the imperfections. Like I'm not trying to hide. I have how-to videos so that other people can do it, but like nobody can see it from here. And that's what I was convincing myself. But since somebody wanted to, go ahead, and I feel like they knew that I kind of had would have had an issue with what they had to say because they were like, "Oh, I'm not trying to give unsolicited advice." Then don't. Then don't. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what somebody else is going through. You don't know what they struggle to do. Like, if somebody asks for your opinion on how to fix something, by all means, help them. But, like, to just randomly be like, oh, well, to make this smoother, I would have done this and that. Like, what if the person tried to make it smooth and couldn't? And had a convention to go to tomorrow and wanted to carry Magnemite around? But either way, I think that he ended up kind of cute. I will probably try to make him very smooth the next time. But I do think that he came out like, I don't understand how this is so perfectly smooth, but this part wasn't. Like, I don't know. But this is the first time I've ever even tried to sand a prop. So that was pretty exciting. I think you definitely need to have more layers before doing that. But unfortunately, I usually only do 1 or 2 layers of paper mache. But these are my newest Pokemon. Trying to decide what I will bring to Anime New York City this year. If I'm going to be Misty or Brock. Or like maybe just Ash and I bring my Magnemite and my, Onyx. But what Pokemon do you want to see me create next?